Alright. Hello. Alright, we're gonna do the next variant. We're gonna keep track of whole moves and half moves, and we'll end the game on that. I'll call it a stalemate. So we will go to. Actually, there's one more thing I wanted to do before I do that. Go to chess. Go to castle. Just want to double check this logic. We do this. I think we don't have a condition. And instead we do so look at the king's current column. Change the column by the direction we need to go. I'll see if there's an attack there. Then we'll, if we figure out that we've reached the column, then we can break out of the loop. And it means that we're good to go. I think that we technically handled that bug because we just filter the move if we move in the check. And I think that's most of what we're missing. It is possible that we also not check in to see if we're already in check. So it's good to have that fixed. Alright, so we're going to add a new variant. And it's going to be Crazy House. And there's going to be new things we want to draw. And new click events. put crazy house in here. Go to the index. And move it from here. So one thing we want to do is we want to keep track of captures. But before we do that, I said we're going to do tracking of moves. So let's go to types, go to board state. Say, what are we calling it? So let's just keep track of half moves. Half moves and whole moves. Let's just do that. Let's figure out where that code goes. It's gonna be in here. It's gonna be before we create the history. So stop board dot half moves. It always increases. Stop board dot whole moves only increases when there's no more turns for that player. And so like 2 move chess and 3 move chess has 3 half moves and 2 half moves. So one more thing is to track the just be very verbose. Skipping this one. So there's going to be some if condition where we say this dot board dot move since captured pawn else this dot board dot move since capture 1 equals 0. We reset it. So is capture is movement dot captures dot length or this dot board movement dot destinations dot find destination in which the destination also it will say dot if it's not a castle board get this dot get piece by coordinates destination dot column dot row excuse me destination dot row column. And we're not formatting because we're missing a condition here. So it's a capture if we have any kind of captures here, or if it's not a castle and we find a piece at one of the destination coordinates. If it's a pawn if the movement dot destination dot find destination dot piece dot type equals pawn. Is capture or is pawn? Okay, and then, so we're tracking the moves now. Oh, there's also the threefold repetition. Okay, so we need to update the game state function. If I'll be forgiving here. Just in case we somehow get to this state, I want to see if this board move since return stalemate. That should do it. Let's go to README. And we said is greater than or equal to 100. So there's 50 moves each player. It's 100 moves total. Alright, what's next in the README? So the next best thing, we want to make Crazy House work. I wonder how you track a Fen in Crazy House though. Alright, so we want to track pieces that have been captured and keep that part of the board state. Fix these type issues. And these type issues. Alright, so we want to create a new type. I think it's just gonna be, I don't know. So it'd be good to be able to, yeah, that's fine. We'll just keep it simple to and hopefully we don't regret this. I'm just gonna keep track of every I didn't put the word type. Just keep track of every single capture. And on the board state, we'll just have all the white pieces. Captured white pieces. Captured, I'm gonna call it light pieces and dark pieces. And I'm about to add those here. I'm unhappy because I've done this before. What did I do before? I did a partial. Welcome to the stream. We're just coding up crazy house right now. But in order to do that, I need to keep track of what pieces have been captured so far. I'm hoping that this is going to be able to do it. So I'm gonna, in the execute move, I think this song's going too hard. Alright. So somewhere in here we need to track which pieces have been captured so far. Ideally before we do the history, so probably around here. And so we'll captured pieces equals we're going to look at two different things here. We're going to look at the movement destinations. We might want to do something with this variable here. Just call this like captures. And we'll do filter. And we'll do movement.captures dot. Oh, but they won't actually have pieces yet. That's fine. Figure it out. Okay, anyway, this code wouldn't work for atomic chess or anti-chess because in anti-chess there's always but I only do an explosion in not anti-chess, sorry, yeah, atomic chess. I only do explosions for the captures, I believe. We'll do movement.captures. Say that's an array. We'll map it. We'll map this too. We just want to figure out all the pieces that are being captured. And there's two ways that we track that. Just like a piece coordinates capture dot row capture dot row. We're gonna spread this. And this is going to be, the logic is going to be a little bit different. If it is, let me save it so it formats it. And we're also going to change this to say capture if captures length. So this is going to be this, otherwise it's empty. We also spread this. And so we look at all the potential captures, see if there's a piece there to be captured. We see if it's not castling, because if it's not castling, then we care about where the piece is going. If the piece is going somewhere that another piece is, then that's also a capture. And finally, we need to filter null. And hopefully it's just an array of pieces. And we can use that here. In addition, we can use it here. And we could say captured pieces dot for each. And let's actually, we're gonna do it after the turn changes. No, we'll do it before the turn changes because multi-turn chess is going to be an issue otherwise. Who was taken? This dot or dot turn light. We're just trying to figure out who was taken here. We'll actually do it before the loop because we only need to figure it out once. And then we'll say this dot board dot I'm going to change this code a little bit. I'm going to make it say captured pieces light dark. I'll get rid of these. And I only do that because I want to be able to use the string that I have to access this object. So I can write less conditional code. Captured. What did I call it? Or did I just never add it? Alright. So we could say this board dot captured pieces sub who was taken sub capture dot type. I wish I could easily just add one to it, despite it being like potentially null. Board captured pieces, so who was taken. We're going to say this is the captured pieces That way this simplifies to this. Then we could say capture pieces sub capture dot type +1. Great. So now we can start showing some kind of debugger here. I'm thinking that we might show it near the middle of the board. Alright, so go to the chess view and we'll say movements, pawn promotion. So we can draw it here. This dot draw captures. We'll do draw captures. And in here we'll say, we're just gonna draw something. We'll just do something really simple. Do like this const not for const color of light dark. I'll do let row equals 0. Let's actually do dark first. And then we're gonna do object dot entries. We have no way of getting the captures yet, so we're gonna have to do this dot controller dot capture get captures. And so we'll go to the chess controller. Do a for each. Just get the name and the count. Say go ++ here. And just to keep it really simple, we're just going to, before any of this, we're going to say this dot context text baseline equals top this dot context dot text align equals just a center for now. And we'll say this dot context dot fill text, which we should set the fill text hi. Progress is good. I'm at 10 games right now, and I'm working on just like the concept of being able to like drop in pieces wherever. And the whole thing will start with Crazy House, which has the ability when you capture a piece, you can basically spend your turn to deploy that piece anywhere on the board that's not already occupied. But besides that, we got Vanilla Chess, King of the Hill, Horde, 960, Atomic, Double Move, Triple Move, 3 Check, Racing Kings, Anti-Chess, and now we're working on Crazy House. Do you plan to write a server too? It depends. You know, if like, I've been thinking of doing some kind of multiplayer with sockets, and maybe you just connect to whoever's on there. I know that there's like some software or some providers I can use to host that, so that people could try it out. But I have been thinking about it. It's not out of the question. But in general, I'm just gonna like prioritize what people think is interesting. At the moment, trying to add as many features as possible to the chess in general, so that it feels like a more completed game. But let me look at my README. I do have online multiplayer, which I would do with like sockets, WebSockets. I did see that there's a Stockfish API that I could do the computer AI with. Basically, you send it. I believe it's called a fen string, which is like basically a stringified representation of. Let me see if I can bring it over here. So the idea is you take a fen string, tell how deep you want to look, and if you call this API, you would get the best move possible. And so we could just make the AI just use this, because right now the code is currently written to use just random for whatever random move it decides to make, which is, you know, it works, it gets the job done, but it's probably not as fun for the player, or a more advanced player at least. There's and I could like advance the AI a little bit just to say look for checks, or look for mates, or look for captures, or avoid captures, and not like think too deeply about the game, just do those main things. But I don't know. I don't know how interesting that is. And like there's also like the weighing what's interesting versus what's like really complex. Like writing AI in general is it's just like a lot of logic, depending on how you write it. So it can be really hard to keep track of or reason why things are happening the way they are. So it might be better just to use the Stockfish API. This is Phil Style. But yeah, I mean, I have this list of things I plan to do at some point. If there's anything you want to request, I can make any of these higher on the list, whatever's most interesting. But for now, I'm just gonna do this tracking here. And this is gonna be, the x is gonna be notation size times 2 plus tile size times 8. And then the y is gonna be, is there a font size? There's not. Well, I'll just define a font size now. Let's just say it's 25. Imagine if you coded to prioritize checks and it blunders a queen, but with check. Yeah, I can imagine like creating an AI that you can totally abuse, and it basically is like you're playing against a chess AI that's essentially playing anti-chess, except basically playing anti-chess, where it feels like it has to capture always, and that could very well mean if its queen sees a move to make, then yeah, it'll make that move and you'll lose that piece. So any AI, any simple AI that I would write, like something that could be written in a day, would certainly be blundering pieces left and right. Highly likely. Pixels. What have I been doing? Sans serif? I don't even know. Sans serif with a dash, apparently. Welcome back. You guys have been consistently coming to the stream. Thank you. You can add move history too on the right side and proper chess notation. Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting idea. I'll add it to the list. That would require me to learn chess notation, which I don't think is. I think I can do it. I feel like you could code it very lazily and just like always put file and rank. Like I don't think there's any harm in having overly specific chess notation. It's nice to be able to use less data for chess notation, but I don't know, is it a rule? Like if you only have one knight on the board, do you have to just say the knight and where it's going, or can you put the file and rank? Yeah. It's not, I mean, it's not that it's not fun. It's just, it's really important to know how to do it yourself before you could try to convince a computer to do it. I'm just going to multiply this by 0. I'm not going. I'm gonna do captures subcolor, const captures. Unhappy. Should I as const these? Let's see. Well, apparently I've captured a pawn. Incredible. Why do we do center? I thought center would be easier, but apparently not. Okay, so we put pawn 1. Let's add some padding. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just to easily create tests. the chess database is definitely something to consider. I mean, they have over a terabyte of data available. I'd have to figure out how to store a terabyte of data. Granted, I probably don't have to. I could probably just store 1 month. 1 month is a couple of gigabytes, I believe. That should be enough to cover most use cases. Just give both of them padding. Okay, and so we definitely wrote the code incorrectly. I'll put the link in the repo for that as well. Yep. Because maybe one day I can add puzzles. Which this site has just a complete 4 million rated and tagged puzzles with likes and whatnot. So like that is another thing I can have. Like one of the variations could be puzzle chess, and it just lets you make a few moves, and obviously I don't think it'll track your score, but it could just keep spawning new games, new puzzles at least. How many days are you doing it? Less than a week? Just like this 50 chess variants? Well, it depends. Let me show you, because I know I mentioned this before. There's like this YouTube channel that I've been watching. Sorry about that. Okay. So there's this is the video I was referring to earlier. I'll put it in the chat. Sorry. Most colleagues would not be able to do this in a month. I work at AWS. Yeah, they all learn. Yeah. I mean, it's, it's different. I'm sure there's things that your colleagues could do that I couldn't do. I don't know. Or I'm sure someone could figure it out. But I hope that I can at least do like 25, but I have 190 potential variations I can do. So some of them might be, oh, this one just has a smaller board. So, creating variable board sizes would be interesting. Another variation that was recommending is Bughouse, which has multiple boards. So having a multiple board one is interesting. There was another one called Alice chess, which is like you're basically, you have 2 chess boards, but when you make your move, your piece basically goes into a different dimension, which is the other board. So that's an idea too. Multiple boards is really challenging to code in my mind. Like this The idea of being able to drop pieces wherever seems easier to me. But I'm curious to see how far I can get before I'm just like, now I have too much chess knowledge. You do duck chess. Let's see what duck chess is. Make it even, okay, so apparently it's chaotic. A rubber duck that both players can move. Alright. The duck blocks, make it impossible for squares to move to or through. The duck creates a new tactical position called quactics. Unpinning pieces, blocking defenders, trapping pieces, and more. Duck chess went viral. So you can move the duck wherever you want? That's wild. What are the rules of duck chess? Players make a standard chess move, followed by moving the duck to an empty... Okay. So you get two moves, your piece move, then the duck move. The duck always moves. Duck blocks a square where it's placed. It's impossible for other pieces to move through it. Knights can jump over a duck. Cool. There are no checks or checkmates. Players capture enemy king to win. Interesting. We've coded that. Kings can move to attacked squares. They can castle through attacked squares. Interesting. That's a little bit more complicated. Castling was hard enough as it was. I guess it's just one less rule for castling. Players can also win by getting stalemated. They win? Stalemates happen only when there are no legal moves. Also win a game? Okay, so there's no duck on the board initially. Yeah, we could totally do this. I have ideas for how to do this. I'll put it on the list. I actually think that would require to have this idea of dropping pieces wherever, but we could totally do this. Yeah, 100%. I'll put the link that I was referring to here. But yeah, I mean, I think given that there are at least 190 variants, chess is the oldest game. I consider it at least the oldest game in history. So it makes sense that it has a lot of variants. So if I could get at least to 25, given that there's probably at least 200 variants, I'd be happy. But for now, let's go to Crazy House. And let's figure out why... Oh, I think it's because we already moved the piece. Yeah, we already moved the piece. And so we're basically detecting our own capture, which is bad. We'll do another... We could just do the movement later, hopefully. And so we detect all the captures first, see if the pawn was moved. If there were captures or there's a pawn movement, then we reset the move count, increase half moves every single time. And we increase whole moves here. I'm gonna keep these close to each other because I want to be able to track it better. That's okay. So let's see. Nice. Cool. Okay, so maybe we do one more where we do. We'll say here robust plus. We'll also do this dot context dot fill text. We'll say the color, and then we'll do it at, we'll just store the const x here. All the x's are the same. This one will have x padding plus font size times row. Cool. So we're just trying to keep it super simple, and we're keeping track of what's been captured. All right, so I just captured a dark pawn, captured a light pawn. Maybe we put like a gap between the two. And so to do that, we would do row plus here. I don't know if we should do any kind of sorting, but let's commit for now. Let's update the README. We can make it prettier later. Track captured pieces. So next we want to detect when you've clicked on a piece's name. So we're going to do that in the onClick. And I'm thinking that we should probably probably put it into the chess variance. Not here. Where's variance? Here. So in onClick, I think it would be nice to just have like the exact X and Y. And so when we go to chess controller, go to chess controller config and say onClick, which is totally optional, but this reference is a chess controller. X is a number, Y is a number, and it doesn't need to return anything, so we'll just void it. S equals greater than. I think there's one thing, I am actually using a Vim plugin. I don't know if it would be interesting for people to see what I'm typing, in case they're interested in learning Vim. I'll probably have to figure it out offline. I don't want to just sit here staring at the screen. So when we click, we're going to get an XY. So we're going to go to the view. Actually, we're going to go to the chess controller. We're going to add that onClick here. onClick. it's going to take an X number and a Y number, and it's going to call this dot config dot onClick dot call this XY. And then in the view, we'll find the views onClick, which is here, and we'll do this dot controller dot onClick XY. We don't have the debugger open yet, so let's do that. And we'll go to variants. We're just gonna make sure we're getting this event. Console. Okay, we are getting clicks. So we want to detect to see whether we're clicking on a piece name or not. And to do that, we're probably going to steal the view logic that we just did. We're going to have code very similar to this. I should have used Vim for that, but it's fine. We don't need any of this drawing code. We do need that. We do need that. We don't need fill text. We want to keep these fill text for now, just so that we don't forget we're drawing the text. Actually, it might be more interesting. Let me do something else. Let me do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna make it so that the variant draws the captures, but then how do I choose the order? So let's go back to view. Where do variants draw? They draw after pawn promotion. Probably shouldn't do that. Should probably draw before pawn promotion. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna go to variants. I'm gonna say let's get capture stats. I'm gonna try to make it so I can write this code once. This drawing code would... Okay, we would only need this drawing code here. Context is private. Sorry, what am I looking for? The view? Oh, okay, well, I'll figure that out later because this is the controller. I would need to figure out a way to get the view. Maybe that should be an argument. Oh wait, no. The canvas is already an argument. Perfect. That is excellent. Alright. And so what we could do is get capture stats. Did I already do that? I already did that. And we're going to create a const here. Font size. And padding. Not 4, okay. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create like this concept of like drawables. And we're gonna return that. Right, and so if we go into the types, we're gonna define what that looks like. Export type drawable. We'll have an X. Sorry, not type, and interface. I'll have a Y. I'll have text, string. I'll put a type for now, which is type text. And we should be able to get away with just that for now. So this is doing all of this. And instead of this, we're going to say drawables, drawable, array, drawables.push. Let's do type first. Text. Text is going to be the color. X is X and Y is padding millis. It's a constant plus font size plus times row. Now we can get rid of this. We can do, we'll do controller, which is a chess controller. We'll do padding. We'll say tile size here. In here we'll do drawables.push. Type is text. The text is name count. And then the padding plus font size times row. Let's just go to the end of the line with the $sign. It's row. Its Y is this, and its X is just X. We can delete this now. And so now we have code that we can reuse. Is basically like just defining where things go. And so in the onDraw, we could CID font size. We could go to const get capture stats dot for each stat, and then we'll say if stat dot type equals text, then we'll do one more thing. Just a moment. We're gonna say fill is black. Just in case we want that flexibility, and we'll remove it from here. We'll go here, sorry, here. Make sure that's a thing. Fill is color and string. Got a variance here. Capture stats. This takes an argument of this. And in here, we're going to say context.fill text stat dot text stat dot x stat dot y, and then we'll do context dot fill style is stat dot fill. X has already been defined. That's this here. We can basically get rid of all this code now because it's duplicated. Next we want to do get those same get capture stats. This dot find okay. I'm just gonna pretend that the text is just gonna fill the screen. So what we're gonna do is do a width of sidebar minus padding times 2, and the height is font size. And then we got to go to types and do width is a number, and height is a number. Do the same thing here. Width is font size. Height is width is sidebar minus padding times 2. Height is font size. Cool. And so, okay, we have the light dark showing. That's excellent. And so what we could do here is we can try to find a captured piece. And we'll just see if we clicked on a captured piece or not. And maybe we can do something where we can kind of include some extra data. We'll figure that out later. Actually, yeah, we'll do it later. So we'll say const captured piece equals, and we say return captured piece dot x. So we would say that the x is greater than or equal to that, and y is greater than or equal to the captured pieces dot y, and the x is less than captured piece dot x plus captured piece dot y, and y is less than captured piece dot y plus captured piece dot height. Sorry, this should be width. So if we did a console log, we'll do if captured piece, we'll do a console log of captured piece. So we should be able to log dark and light, at least. Hopefully that'll work. I was printing dark. If I click here, I'm clicking, nothing happens. If I click light, it does click light. So we are doing that properly. One more thing. We want to do some like really just random data stuff here. Just so that we're not like dealing with strings, we're dealing with variables that we can actually do stuff with. And it'd be a little bit more interesting then. Excuse me. So we'll just say it's unknown. Or since it's like not super important right now, we're just gonna make it generic. And we're just gonna create a new type. Called piece data, and we'll say type is string. Actually, type is piece type. We'll say color is chess color. As a count as a number. And when we go to here, we'll just close other things. We'll say we'll write it differently. Array of piece data. And we'll actually make it so that piece interface. We'll actually make it so the data is optional. Go back to here. And for these ones, we're going to say data. The color is going to be the color. The count is going to be the count. The type is going to be we're just going to rename this variable. Yeah. I'm going to say type as piece type. Right, because that's what captures are. Okay, so in addition to everything else, we only want a console log. .data.color equal to so we're keeping track of the pieces that have been captured for a specific color, but we want to be able to color equals capture piece dot data dot color. So we're say if color and color is not equal to this dot get turn. But basically, I want to see that you're clicking on a piece that's not your color, because that'll be what you can place. And so now we're no longer console logging. But if I move here, and capture, if I click on pawn, it's Dark's turn, so it shouldn't do anything. That's perfect. If I click here, and now I click on pawn, now it's doing something. And we're getting some more information. So the thing we need to do if you are, so this is telling us that we have the ability to click. The thing I need to think about is how do we decrement the number of pieces we have captured. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out later. For now, I just wanted to, when I click on this pawn, I don't want it to log, I want it to highlight every tile. And I do think that we've made this easy. Ish. But it requires some extra code. What we need is a const crazy piece. And we need a piece. So we need a crazy piece. A crazy piece is a piece that can go anywhere on the board. So it'll return this is returning a piece. And the color is the piece dot color. The column is, we're gonna say -1. The ID is crypto dot ID. The image is, can I do that? I can't do that. Hopefully that doesn't do anything crazy. Moves is 0, row is -1. Let's just say -1 as well. The type is crazy, I'll say. Let's add a new piece type. Or crazy. And so movement is what is the complicated part. Let me just order these so that they're sort of related things are together. I'll just make movement last. I'll just make it return an empty array. Are you unhappy? What? I need with color. Return this. Alright, nothing crazy here. So first I'm gonna make it so that it highlights any tile, every tile that's empty. And so I think, what does movement take? What's movement function take? Movement function, this is the piece controller config. So controller, I don't think I care about the config. I'm just gonna do a const move return array dot from cell or length is 64 dot index. So first we're going to see if there's a piece there or not. Probably. So we'll do return controller dot get piece by coordinates. Or say const row equals that's gonna be index divided by 8. Dot floor const column equals index mod 8. That'll be row column. So if there's a piece there, then we're gonna null. Otherwise, we're gonna get a movement. Does it know that we're getting a movement? It does not. So we'll do movement or null. And then we'll do a dot filter null. Now does it know? So did I need this? Does it know? It doesn't. Okay, cool. Had to know. So the column is column. Row is row. Actually, why do we need this? Do we use this variable? I thought we got rid of it. Where do I use it? Oh. Sorry. Move. This is where I show the marker. Yes. There are no captures. Yes, so we don't need to do anything else. We just need to do this and say that the column again is column, the row is row, and the piece is piece. And so we're just gonna keep it simple and just say control this dot set selected piece to be a crazy house. A crazy piece on of this dot board dot turn. Sorry, this dot get turn. Okay, so also pawns can't be dropped on the 1st or 8th ranks. That is a good point. Yeah. Good to know, thank you. But I am just going to see, it doesn't matter what I capture. I just want to see if it shows, okay, it's still Black's turn. So I have a captured piece. Set selected piece, pawn, get turn. Are we running the code? Source, chess, crazy piece. We're running this, right? Yes. I just want to see what values we're coming up with here. Do I have this backwards by chance? Don't think so. So I'll just store this temporarily. Movements equals return movements. And run it through, it'll reset, which is perfectly fine. Capture this, move him 1, click here, change it to bug point, click here, press play. Okay, so there are movements. Oh. I don't know why. Go to sources, go to we want to do the view. Go to the view. We want to go to draw selected Oh, is there like some silly logic? No, there can't be. Yes, there can be. Because when I get selected piece, I pull it by ID. All right, I have an idea for this. Hopefully this doesn't break anything. To start. How do I want to do this? We just want to keep away. We want a way to track these extra pieces. Pretty much. So one idea I have is to say like except we would make this like it doesn't really matter the row, hopefully, just as long as it's out of bounds. And say piece. What if we didn't? Nah. What if we didn't store by ID? Why do we store by ID? I don't know. Do we need to? We can't find the lazy piece. What if we made it so that we didn't have this variable? How bad is it? We don't just delete it. That's not what we do. Selected piece is a piece or null. Just controller. Selected piece is null. CD selected piece is null. Selected piece is null. I feel like this shouldn't even be on the board. Why is it on the board? I'm taking it off the board. And I'm putting it right on my controller. Because the history doesn't matter. Nuke. Can I just say, may I? Yes, thank you. Alright, so that means we no longer need this. Scroll down. We can just change this to say this dot selected piece. Set selected piece. So selected piece. There's no piece is piece. Okay. Hey. Back to chess? No. Variant. Where are you, crazy? I'm not right on it. Of course I am. Right here. Then this selected piece. Yeah. Go to the view. Just view. Go here. Click on this. Do I have a selected piece? Oh. Okay. Fine. Okay. Let's go to... Is it in the controller? Alright, let's go to the view. Click. What do I do in here? It's right here. I feel like this on click should probably return a variable. Basically, if it does something, because the issue right now is we're just overwriting what's selected. At least that's what I believe. Oh, because I don't return true. Invariance. I'll make it so you can return. Does that work? Is it happy with that? I don't need that. Oh, what are you unhappy with? You want me to return something? Fine. Fine. There it is. This is interesting. And so it should place a pawn. Cool. That was a lot of work for a little result, but it's something. Alright, so what we could do here. There's a few things we want to do. Let's put let's create a list of to-dos somewhere. Maybe the README. Okay, so we can do this, but yeah, it needs work. So what are the issues right now? One issue is so one feature we need to do is allow placement of proper pieces, because we're only placing pawns right now. Prevent pawns at edges. And then if you place pawns in the, I mean, you probably would never do this, but if you place pawns here, they could move 2 on their first turn. Otherwise they can't. So let's prevent pawns at the edges. That's probably easiest. Let's commit. And the one more final thing is piece count decrement piece count. That's probably the hardest one. Alright, prevent pawns at the edges. That would be in variance, and then when we're figuring out, actually it's not in variance, it's here in crazy. So let's do const movements, and then we'll put it on null. We'll do return movements. We'll say piece dot type equals pawn. If it's a pawn, we have extra work to do, and that work is to filter a movement whose row mod 7 equals 0, and that's just saying 0th row mod 7 is 0, 7th row mod 7 is 0, so we don't want those. Alright, so we did the extra roll. Go to our README, delete that to do. Prevent pawns at edges. Allow placement of proper pieces. I didn't say my README, unfortunately, but it's not that unfortunate. So what we'll do is we'll just create this const piece map, and we'll just say it is a record of piece type to piece function. Where is the piece function? In the chess. Then the piece function. No. Well, I'll do this instead. A function that takes color, which is a chess color, and that function returns a piece. That's the one. And then we're gonna do one for each piece. It'll be. Can I just do bishop? I don't want crazy. Okay, I don't want king. Do I want king? I don't want king. I thought these... Oh. What? Where's the chess file? I'm gonna declare this in the chess file. That makes sense to me. Very end. Pawns that have promoted and are captured. Oh. You need a way to keep track of where their piece used to be a pawn. Alright. Good call. I'll make it a partial, so I don't have to do everything, because Crazy and King, I don't want to be able to do a partial record. Alright, let me go to my readme. Upgraded, promoted. Good catch. I probably wouldn't have done that otherwise. Thank you. Okay, so the piece map is there. Invariance, we could say const piece equals, it's basically the same code, except it's instead of this, it's gonna be piece map. I'll do the king, because there might be a variant that needs it. I might remove the crazy variant, I don't know. So it's going to be captured piece.data.type. Shouldn't it? Let's do this. Try to simplify this a little bit. color, if type and color. Why are you unhappy? And that's because of that crazy. I'm gonna remove the crazy and remove the partial. I'm just gonna say this is a pawn and go to types, look for crazy. All right, cool. All right, so let's see. So what we were working on right then was proper piece placement. Move this here. So I captured a bishop. Okay, I gotta also do not show selector for off-screen pieces. I'm not gonna. Am I gonna save it? Yeah, I'm gonna save it. So what am I placing right now? What is that? Oh, okay. So the logic's working. Pawn. I was like, why isn't this highlighting? Yeah, pawn can't go in the last row. Perfect. So I have bishop selected, put bishop here, and you're in check. Cool. All right. Allow placement of proper pieces. So decrementing the piece count will be good. Do I already have an event for that? That would be good if we did. Gosh. Now I'm thinking that I do need that crazy type. I might need the crazy type after all, because that'll be the only way to maybe also consider the case where you're in check. So if you're placing a piece from the bank, it should be, ooh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if it already does that. I feel like it does. Why'd I do that? Happy to be wrong, but I hope I'm not. Well, obviously I can't. I can't block that check. But let's say I put the queen here. It's black's turn. Damn. So the question becomes why? Why am I allowed to go anywhere? I know why. 'Cause I was just thinking to do this too. We should just use the piece function here. Is it not called piece? What am I doing here? Oh my gosh. Great dot color. This needs to be an object. Why are you unhappy? I needed that. Alright. Type is fine. Crazy. So my movement. I'm gonna do a shift V $%. I don't want to delete. Oh, I did want to do something about that though. Do the percent again. $% uncomment. I'm just gonna take. $% uncomment. Should have used percent again, but it's okay. FMV down, up. Okay. Down. Oh, my bad. We'll get there, we'll get there. Any day now. So this thinks it's going to there, so I need another parenthesis. Alright. Why are you unhappy? Peace. It's crazy now. And it's crazy now. Alright. And now this needs crazy. I'll just say it's a crazy pawn. Oh. Like that. Okay, back to what I was saying. I think now that we're using the right code, it should already happen. Yep. It's happening. Okay, so I should take my pawn. Nice. So it is indeed something I can do. One thing I want to do is make sure I'm not drawing out of bounds. Cool. That is a very good call though. And that call made the code a lot better. So thank you for that. All right, so let's go to the README. All right. Make crazy moves legal only. So, there's 3 bugs I need to fix in order to get this to work. One more thing. Let's go to peace. It's not here. Peace. We're gonna make the initial is -1. Because in the draw view, draw selected, we're going to say and selected dot do we write a whole bunch of logic or do we just clip? Fine, I'll do a whole bunch of logic. Selected dot column equals 0 and selected dot column is less than 8 and selected dot row is greater than equal to 0 and selected dot row is less than 8. Color. Alright, so that should make it so that when I move here, move here, move here, here. Hello? Whose turn is it? It's White's turn. What did I break? It's White's turn. There's an error. -1. Okay, fine. I just won't draw if it's crazy. And then I'll go back to chess and undo this. Gee. Let's look at the README. Decrement piece count, keep track of promoted pieces, do not show selector for all screen pieces. Nice. Do not show selector for off-screen pieces. All right. Both of these have their own challenges. Where is it? I'm just trying to think which one might be better to do now. Decrement piece count. Fine. I'll decrement piece count. That'll be next. So it's gonna be on or execute movement. This will happen after everything. The controller. I'm gonna have to update the config. Say execute movement. This chess controller. Movement. Boy. Cool. Go back to types. It is optional. Execute movement. Go to chess controller. I think it's right before. Where is it? Where's the event? This is remove illegal move. Where do I call the event? It is still at the end, right? Please be at the end. Thank you. So what I want to do is this .config .execute movement .call this movement. Cool. So what we want to do is in here, just say movement. What's wrong? I thought that's what it was called. Am I just completely typing it wrong? I actually shouldn't even need it. Alright, I think movements also need... I thought that I could use the crazy here, but I actually can't. So what I need to do is make a set of movement. Is crazy. And then in chess, crazy piece. It's crazy is true. And then we go back to variance. Say if movement dot is crazy. We do this after the turn is changed, so that means we decrement the become black's turn. We decrement the number of black captured pieces. So we'll say board just get captures of this get turn sub movement destination sub-0 piece type minus. Beauty. Okay, let's see if that did it. Pawn, it does decrement it. It puts it at 0. I think ideally, I mean it's fine. We could, ideally, I guess it makes it disappear, but it's fine. It works. Okay, we're at the final rule of crazy chess. Keeping tracks of promotions. Just thinking, what's the best way to do it? All right, so we're just gonna make it so the pieces know. Is the rook in the upper left-hand corner disappearing whenever you place a piece? That would be funny. Probably. I believe it. Yeah. That's probably why we need the -1, -1. isn't it? Because we have 0, 0. Why does it happen? Is it this one? This is like cheating chess, I guess. The foundation for cheating chess, just pieces randomly disappearing. Alright, let's debug that then. Good observation, thank you for that. Let's do a new game. Let's not do this for now. I didn't need to do a new game. I could just do undo and redo. Alright, so execute movement. Click on this. Put a breakpoint. Put it here. So this dot board dot tiles sub 0 does have an object. So I would imagine it's very likely happening in here. So now that we're here, let's look at the tiles. Let's look at destinations. Let's step over this, see if it nulls out the 0. We still have 0. Captures is null or undefined. Let's just jump to the very end. And then we'll look at the board, tiles. We still have it. Does this have an after move? It does not. Let's step out. Why would we be here? I don't know why would it be in this function at all. So let's press play. Let's undo. Let's go to the view because that's where this is mainly happening. We'll do on click. We'll go to where we execute the movement, which is here. We'll call this. So at this point, the board, thank you. Try my best. If we step over this, does it disappear? It does disappear. It disappears. Is it just a drawing bug? Welcome error 911. We're just trying to figure out why this rook's disappearing. Is there an error? There's not an error. Let me just click. Look at this controller board. Tiles of 0. It is null. When does it get null? Alright, let's undo again. We will go to here again. I'll put a breakpoint here too. I don't know. Maybe something weird's happening. Maybe it's the default selected piece. Maybe. I will check. Board, tiles. It is null. Okay. So something is definitely happening during the execute movement. So let's undo. On, click. Let's go to execute movement. And what we're gonna do, we're not gonna do a step over because for some reason it seems like step overs are bugged. We're gonna do play, and then we're gonna do play, and then we're gonna see the board.tiles. I should have checked to see. I should have checked to see if it was null before the movements. My bad. Undo. Here. Step in. Go to here. Go to here. Press play. Destination. We're looking at tiles. Tiles? So 0 is good. And then the only place that we... Oh, is this it? Because this is piece. The piece... This is the piece that's moving. Yep. That'll be it. It'll be right here. I feel like we should do the -1 thing. And then just fix all the errors, because I feel like this is gonna help us to fix a lot of errors in the future. This will probably prevent more bugs in the future than anything else we could possibly do. Turn that off. And this is causing an error right now. And it's happening here, which is perfectly fine. Which is in the, it's in a different file. It's in chess controller, which is here. This is what we get for using an exclamation. Let's see. The thing I'm thinking about is what to name these variables. I need to create like temp variables and name them. From row. From row. From row. Const to row. If to row. To row. Good call. Good observation. Thank you. Back to the README. Did I ever write it there? No. Fix a bug where the rook at 0. Well, I'll put coordinates 8A, A8 disappears. Excellent. All right, so next we got to keep track of promoted pieces. Did I already start this? Just okay. Fine. Is promoted, which then takes us to the chess file. Is promoted. Alright, that just kills just about everything, which is perfect. Gosh, everything needs to be updated now. What did I put it for the pawn? Was it the second arc? Okay. Promoted. Is promoted. Boolean is promoted. I don't think it's like terribly difficult, this change overall, since we already have some kind of variable keeping track of who's promoted or not. Right here. It's just false. I should actually make the pawn not take that argument. Why would you ever promote to a pawn? Flas. The most common misspelling. False, I imagine. Alright, so for Racing Kings, maybe it's a default selected piece. Oh, sorry, I already read that. You also never promote a king. Yeah. I mean, in anti-chess you do. I gotta make it take 2 arcs. Is promoted. Oh, I should have made it optional. It's so rare. I'm just making it optional. It's just so rare that you ever have to do a promotion. Sorry. I don't know how much I want to do. I just don't want to miss something, so I'm just gonna do it all. I know that's kind of annoying. Alright. Is promoted. Boolean. And I'm gonna default it to false. And is promoted. It's here. Actually, I'm not even gonna make it take an argument. We'll get promotions, and we'll just do a I dot map it return piece cid piece dot is promoted equals true. And everything's unhappy. Why are you unhappy? I told you you don't need to do it, didn't I? I did not. It doesn't really matter, but we do have a different promotion board for anti-chess. Promotions. What? Get promotions. We just make them atomic. Fine. Get promotions. King, cat, king. It's fine. It's overkill, but it's fine. Dot is promoted. It's so rare that it doesn't matter that we run this code twice. But finally, here we are. Everything should have the right value now. Within the controller, let's just close some of the other files so we stop having to scroll through them. And so where we do the capturing code, who was taken. For each capture, const type equals capture dot p dot type. Oh, is it that simple? Sorry. We lose the context. Do we? No, wait, what am I talking about? Capture is promoted. If it's promoted, it's a pawn. If it's not, it's capture dot type. CI bracket type. Okay. All right. All right, so light should have a pawn capture. Damn. I must have the reverse logic then. Or I'm not promoting properly. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's do an undo. Do a redo. Let's go to chess view, draw pieces. Just put a breakpoint here. We'll click on the board just so that we can see the board tiles. Where was the queen? Third row, first column. Tiles, third, first. D is promoted is true. So then go to the place. Put it here. What? What do you mean this code doesn't happen? Okay, so for some reason captures is empty. That's fine. Is it a castle? It's not. Destinations. What? What? What do you mean night? What are you talking about? Okay. It's more promising. Why are there so many calls? Undo. Okay. I don't know how it's not hitting this, because this is where the pieces get incremented, but the piece is being incremented. So like, how is that not happening? I do a refresh. What's the most efficient way? Where's the breakpoint? Breakpoint. Here. Are there errors and I'm just not seeing them? Okay. True. So what's the type? Pawn. Oh my gosh, I see it. It's right here. Okay. It'll be a pawn. Nice. Let's delete the readme. Delete it from the readme. Readme. Okay. I'm gonna just pull up Crazy House just to see if there's any rules I missed. Similar to Bughouse, which I'm interested in seeing. Standard rules of chess apply when it's your opponent's punished turn to place in a pool of pieces. You can drop on an empty square on your turn. Pieces may drop on the empty squares. You can drop a piece to give check or checkmate. Pawns may not be dropped on first or 8th ranks. Notation. Crazy, that was extremely fun. Oh, okay, it's not that complicated. Alright, I don't know if you've thought of anything that I haven't captured, but I'm going to call Crazy Chess done. Let me save it. Crazy House. Not Crazy Chess. Alright, Alright, what else? I'm wondering if there's any other games I could do quickly. I'm trying to think of how to do duck chess. It's very similar. So it's like you get 2 moves, but your one move is to move your pieces, and then the second move is to move the duck. which would require me to add a new piece type, find a duck somewhere. This is actually on chess.com. Oh, well, on mobile is only 3 options. What the heck? Alright. So you're allowed to there's no check in this variant. You're allowed to capture the king. If you capture the king, you win. We might have enough conditions to be able to do duck chess. Maybe duck could be a special piece and you take 2 moves. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. What I'm thinking is, so the idea would be, it would be 2-move chess, but your first move, you can move any piece, but the second move, you can only move the duck. And you have to move the duck. Well, what are we doing? Variants. Let me just update my number 12. Duck chess. Okay. So variants, we'll go export. We don't need to export. Const duck equals to chess controller, and the name is duck chess. The slug is duck. The turns is 2. We already have that logic, and so we'll give each person 2 turns. The only problem is that white doesn't go 2 times on their first turn. So we're gonna have to do something special to handle that. I think. Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's actually save it. Go to 2-move chess. Double move chess. Can white move twice? No. And then black does twice. And then white moves twice. Okay. So yeah, we just need another config here that says white moves. Moves. I don't know what to call this variable. Hardest problem, unsolved problem in programming. I don't want it to be false. I don't want to do something false by default. I want it to be something explicitly called true. Otherwise I would be like skips white true, but like I don't want you to say false for everything. I want you to have to say true. Can light. I gotta do another search for the word white. Black. Okay, cool. Can light fully move? Beautiful. Can light fully move? Boolean, which is totally optional. Let's add it to the list. Duck. Go to duck chess. And so I imagine there's no duck on the board initially. Let's see if we could find a duck. Oh, what a beautiful duck. Perfect specimen. I just don't want it to be a GIF. Why are you a GIF? Oh, yeah. Right. Downloads, where are you, duck? Oh, okay. Alright, song goes too hard for me right now. Skipping. Look at this little guy. What a masterpiece. So go to chess, go const export const duck equals piece. Color is neutral. Movement is questionable. Type is duck. So we need to add a new chess color of color neutral and a new piece type of duck. And where are we? Chess. I'm just gonna put it behind a function. Dang. So we're gonna rename this neutral duck. And we're just gonna say duck. You require it to take arcs? Oh my gosh. Let's also look at the controller. Look for turns plus plus. Turn plus plus. Okay. Execute movement. Go to this. Oh, that's what we do. So this.config dot can white fully move this.config dot turns. Excellent. So we need to change the variance so that check is false. Of course, I made something that takes false. You have to explicitly false it. Of course I did. So why don't I do it here? Can white fully move? It's fine. All right. So we need something to say get selected piece. Now, why are we doing that? My idea is we'll make it so that if it's the duck's turn, the duck is just selected. You have no choice, and it'll just show you anywhere you can put the duck. So let's go back to variance. Let's close others. Why are you unhappy? Probably because of optional args. Not because of optional args. Why are you unhappy? It's not assignable to parameter. Get selected piece is supposed to be optional. So in chess controller, I say get selected piece. We'll say this.config.selected piece dot call this. And then we'll go to here and say that this is the chess controller. Cool. And then another thing we have to do for this variant. The neutral turn. No. Fine. I will add this extra variable just to appease the type gods. Why are you unhappy? Can white fully move? Can light fully move? I want it to be light. Please. Can white fully move? Can white fully move? Can light fully move? Hello. Hi, Tongue Lamb. How's it going? We were just working on duck chests. I'm trying to make the duck show up. So we want to do remove illegal moves. Why do we want to do? This will be because you cannot capture the duck. We also want to get game state, and we want to return this dot. Something about the kings. I forget the name of the function. Start missing kings, because you can capture kings in this one. And then get selected piece. We will have to get the duck and return it. So const duck equals this dot get pieces dot find. How do you store pieces? 2-dimension. Yes, it is a 2-dimension array. I don't normally do it that way, but I thought that it might be easier since I am sharing this project with other people. I thought it might be easier for, rather than doing some multiplication and addition, that we just have a double array where it's rows and then, or sorry, I guess it's like the first outer array is each of the row, and then the inner arrays are the individual column cells. Dot type equals duck. Any moves for the duck would also be illegal. Yes. I agree. I think that we've handled that mostly. Because we do have a lot of blocking logic. So movements, return movements dot filter movement dot row is not equal to not that. I need to filter equals movements. Sorry, I can't make up my mind. Return movement destinations. We're going to remove any destination that says go to the duck. dot destinations dot it also depends if it's the duck's turn or not. So I'll have to fix that. Actually, it doesn't matter because the duck can't go where the duck goes. So this is actually perfect because I can just make it so that the duck could go. It doesn't matter. I can just make the duck go anywhere there's not a piece. Dot footer destination dot row is not equal to duck dot row and destination dot column is not equal to duck dot column. And we only care about this if there is already a duck. So the first turn, every movement pretty much is fine. This is unnecessary. Get the duck. If there's a duck, we remove, and then finally dot filter a movement in which the movement dot destinations dot length. We only keep the ones that still have some piece movement to do. And then get selected piece. We only get the selected piece if return duck. Return this dot. Returns equals 1. If it's 1, then they've already taken their turn, and now it's the duck's turn. Otherwise, it's undecided. This should be allowed to return null. And then let's do. Are you unhappy? Piece or null or undefined is not assignable to. Fine. Or undefined. All right, so my opinion is I believe that I've written all the code. No, I have not. I'm not. Correct. I'm amending my statement. I haven't even finished saying it yet. I did not set up the duck's movement yet. So let's do that. Chess. Duck. Here's the duck's movement. Here's the controller. And we're just gonna do I don't know. Do array a length of 64 dot map. Don't care, we only want the index. Const row equals math.floor of the index divided by 8. Const column equals math. Don't need math. Don't need math for this one. And so we'll say const piece equals this dot get, not this, controller dot get piece by coordinates row column. Return, if there's a piece, then I will return null. Otherwise, I'll return movement. I believe that's what I'm doing at least. Column is column, row is row, destination is column, piece is the doc. Row is row. Make row first. Do we need anything else? No caption, no castle, no en passant, no prelude. And then dot filter, filter, no. Okay. If piece. Alright, so if I wrote the code correctly, at this point, where can you let me resize, please? Thank you. I should be able to move white, and then immediately I should see an indicator for every single tile that's empty. Cool, that didn't happen. Excellent. I think it's because like white is only allowed one move. Okay, well, any moves through the duck. Okay, so yeah, I think we're very close though. Otherwise, for whatever reason, the select thing is not working. So if we, this part's not working. So let's do a. Let me get rid of this sidebar so we have more space. And go to variants. And go to get selected piece. Why are you not doing anything? This dot board dot turns is 1. Duck is undefined. Right. Because there is no duck. There is no duck. So if there's no duck, then we need to get the duck. Oy. Quack. What's wrong? Quack? Is any? What do you mean, what's duck? What do you mean it's any? No, it's not. You're lying. Oh my goodness. Alright, it wasn't lying. Interesting, it's the duck's turn. Oh my god, what a beautiful creature. Alright, why is it the duck's turn? Can light fully move? Go to the chess controller. Turns. I didn't rename the variable. Can light fully move? Excellent, excellent, excellent. It is now white's turn. Where's the selector? View? Draw selected. I dot includes selected dot type duck. Crazy. Okay. Bad logic, for sure. Go to the variant. Filter the ones whose destination or no. Bad logic, my bad. So I also can't like pick another piece to move. I have to move the duck. Can't move the king, can't move the queen. I can't put the duck where the duck currently is. So one thing that you mentioned, pieces can't move through the duck. So if I put the duck here, the bishop can't go through it. Okay. Is there anything I'm missing for duck chess? If there is, just let me know. Should update the README. That was fun. I enjoyed that one. It's a good challenge. One more aspect, just we should make sure of is that we can get away with capturing the king, and it's not a check. Oh my gosh, it's a little annoying actually, playing at with one player. So it's not a check. I capture, white wins. The screen is completely black. Which I'm not too sure why that is the case, but it's fine. Okay, what are we at? We have 12. Okay, well, that's 2 more games down. These were definitely harder. Can knights jump over the duck? Excellent question. Let's go here, put the duck here. Put the duck here. Seems like yes. Alright, is the duck getting highlighted? I would like to see the duck get highlighted. I'm actually curious why it doesn't get highlighted. Oh. I know why. It is because I told it not to. I have to write logic that I didn't want to have to write. Which means I'm going to get rid of this code. And say selected dot column is greater than or equal to 0 and selected dot column is less than 8 and selected dot row is greater than or equal to 0 and selected dot row is less than 8. And so that should allow the duck to be highlighted so we know that it's its turn to move. But let's make sure that crazy house still works. Go there, there. Right. All right. Whose turn? It's White's turn. Oh, okay. They captured that. Is that how it should work? Yeah, it should. Show duck selection. One other thing is I could show the piece selection too. So let's think about what that might look like. Crazy house. Get captured stats. Const selected equals controller dot get selected piece. So it'll be in here. Const if something, then we'll do like drawables. Let's say true. And we want to do CID rect. And the fill is going to be CID green or RGBA 0, 255, 0. That's weird. Width is good, the XY is fine. The data I'll remove. We'll go to type. We'll go to here and say that rect is an option. Kings can move through attack squares. They can also castle through attacks. Oh, I didn't do that. You're right. The moving through attacked squares I did not do. Let me add it to the README. And then in anti-chess there is no castling. So in terms of moving into attacked squares, a king can do that. This isn't the right variation. Fuck chess. I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? here. There you go. Winner. They can castle through, so if they can castle through checked. Let me do this green highlighting for Crazy House, and then I'll do that. Players can also win a game by getting stalemated. Okay. Alright. Duck chess. Stalemate is a win. Good to know. What am I doing? Green highlight, green highlight, green highlight. I'm just always gonna draw the green just so I can see that it's happening. And so in here, I'm gonna say else if stat dot type equals rect context dot fill rect stat dot x stat dot y stat dot width stat dot height. Move this fill style. Put this here. Put this here. Put this here. Okay, so it is drawing properly. But now we want it to be a good condition here. So we want to see if the piece, sorry, if the selected, that type is crazy, then we'll do more stuff. And we'll get the piece equals selected dot movement dot no. That is the way, isn't it? Is selected dot movement. This controller dot sub-zero dot destination sub-zero dot piece if piece dot type equals type and piece dot color equals color. We no longer need text. I'll make that optional. Okay, move, capture, move. Okay, it's not highlighting. Let's take a look. Go to the variants. Yeah, I don't know why it's not highlighting. Hopefully we're at least getting here. On, color, I'm gonna just say not equals then. Just it's that easy, right? Just say not equals. Because it does say dark and we are light. Nice. Okay. Show highlight for crazy house. Okay, off to your observations. Kings can move through attacked squares. That one's certainly easier. So we'll go to variance. Sorry, not variance. We go to chess. And we look for castle. And see if anything between the king and the rook the king has. So that's checks for blockers. This sees if we can move to the spot. This sees if we pass to attack. So if controller dot can check. Basically, we don't care about this rule. If we, what's the what do we call it? What do we call this variable? If can check equals false. And so we'll go to the controller, create a new function, return this dot can check, config dot can, what is it? Has check? Has check. So if the game doesn't have check, what have I done? Controller. No. Chess. If the game doesn't have check, then we don't look for attacks. So that'll resolve that issue. Go to readme. The king can now move through attack tiles in duck chess. And stalemate is a win. Go to variants. Look for anti-chess. It's the same rule. It's the same exact rule. So if it's your turn to go, then you are stalemated, then you win. Let me update the readme. It's a little harder to test that, but stalemate wins you the game in duck chess. Okay. Thank you for the input. There's a lot of little rules here and there. So, you're very thorough. Appreciate that. Okay. Alright, it's getting late for me. Thank you everyone for joining. I'll be back on again tomorrow, hopefully around 10 a.m., which is about 10 hours from now. And we'll do some more variations. We have a lot of code that makes it very easy to make new variations. Something I might consider doing in the future are variations where there's multiple boards, there's different sized boards, yeah, things along those lines. So we'll probably have to refactor the code considerably to account for all those cases. But for now, I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks again for joining. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.